what we have is a 5-year look-back period. And people are saying, what the heck is that? So what happens is, like if I was going to go into the nursing home, what I do for the last, when I apply for Medicaid, Medicaid people are going to look back 5 years to see what I did with all of my assets. I have to provide them my bank accounts, mutual funds, savings, everything, because they're going to assume that you're trying to defraud Medicaid. Okay? So if you've made gifts to your children, gifts to a religious organization, helping your children if they've paid off credit cards or whatever, that can come back and haunt you. And I'm going to explain why. So, I can transfer certain assets to qualify for Medicaid. Yeah, you can. A lot of people think, well, what I'm going to do is, I've got a checking account, I'm going to put my kid's name on that checking account, so Medicaid can get at it. Baloney. Remember when I said, if I can get my hands on it, so can the nursing home, so can Medicaid. That doesn't work. I'm going to put my kid's name on the house, so they won't be able to get it. If it's done within 5 years, you're in a whole deep of trouble if you go into the nursing home, and they'll explain why. And if you put your kid's name on those assets, as you said, that kid can go in there and take all that money out. Or what happens if they end up in bankruptcy, foreclosure? They have an accident. These personal injury attorneys are going to come after your assets. They might put liens against your home. So I don't like putting my kids' names on my assets. I would rather put it in a trust that I'm still in control of. And then also, if you transfer within this 5 years, we have what we call penalty periods. I love this little thing here, and it says, can't I just add my kid's name to my house checking account in order to protect them? Yes, but, and we're going to talk about that. But, remember the little kids, don't worry. One day we'll get our own back when we put them in a nursing home. You have to be nice to your daughter and son-in-law, because they might be choosing your nursing home. So, if you transfer any money within this 5-year period, it's going to cause ineligibility. And what do I mean by that? So let's say I've spent all my money, I'm a single person, I'm below $2,500. I apply for Medicaid. I'm in the nursing home, I'm sick, I can't perform activities of daily living, and I have assets below $2,500. I will qualify for Medicaid. However, during the last 5 years, I gave my kids money to pay off their credit cards, to pay a car, paid off my kids' college education or grandkids. I made a big donation to the church, synagogue, mosque, whatever. And let's say I gave away $79,400. They go through all these bank statements and say, aha, you gave away $79,400.
7,000.
Yeah, I know. No, but you've given away $79,400. So what they do is they divide that $79,400 by $7,940. They say that is the average cost of a nursing home in the state of Maryland. So you divide that $79,400 by $7,940 is 10. So that means that you do not get Medicaid for 10 months. So who's going to pay your nursing home? Now you're only on Social Security and a pension of $2,000 a month. The nursing home is $10,000, $12,000. Who's going to pay that bill? But, so you don't have any money, but your child came in and signed the nursing home contract. And they signed as the responsible party. Because when you go in there, your child is distraught. Your wife is distraught. Your family's distraught. Sign here, sign here, sign here. Okay, okay, okay. And then all of a sudden, you apply for Medicaid. They have no money. But your son or your daughter are now the responsible party. And who does the nursing home go after? They're going to go after you in the nursing home? You have no money. They're going to go after your son and daughter. Now, If your son and daughter had signed it as a power of attorney, the nursing home could not go after them. So that's why, remember I said protecting yourself with good legal tools? Remember that right at the beginning? That's why it's crucial, absolutely crucial, to have a power of attorney. So, the 5-year, if you give money away, it creates an ineligibility and life happens. So I call it the 4 Ds. So let's say that you gift away money, to your son, or your daughter-in-law, and I call it the 4 Ds. What happens if they get divorced? Is your daughter-in-law, son-in-law going to give your money back to you? Maybe, maybe not. What happens if they have debt? They use all that money to pay off their debt. What happens if they end up going into the nursing home or in an accident or die? If they die and then they have a will and leave everything to your daughter-in-law. So you got to be very careful about leaving stuff, gifting stuff to your children.